EC Details back with an episode, and in this episode we're gonna go over a couple things. You're like, what are you working on today? Nothing. Here's what I'm working on. My wife said, Eddie, and I quote, I need my car clean. That's what she said. I'll clean it myself. And you know, when your wife, spouse, they say they're gonna clean themselves, you know what they mean. You know what they mean, right? You and I know that they know that if you say that, you're gonna clean it. So here's what she said, Eddie, my whip's dirty. I'm like, cool, this will be a good test. Here's what I did to the truck. I let the truck sit. I'm gonna play those clips while I talk. Super dirty outside. I let it get rained on. I let it get dust stormed on. I let it get water spotting. I let bugs hit the windshield. I was gonna do a bug video, but then it rained. And now here's where we're at. So I wanna see if an APC cleans as good as what people are saying the new Touchless cleans, the new Bilt Hamber Touch-less versus the old Bilt Hamber Touch-less. Now let's go over everything that I just showed because I just threw up on you. Okay, we have ADS APC. Please note this is in test phase. I did ask for permission. This is not finalized. I've never used it before, but that's in test phase. I'm gonna see if an APC rinse cleans better than a Touchless, or if you need a Touchless to do what an APC could do. Now we could use Coach Chemi, MSN, Coach Chemi Green Star, done the same effect. I could use F-Bomb, done the same effect, but today we're just gonna use ADS because I'm in the middle of testing that against this Bilt Hamber Touchless, which the difference between that and the old one is the following. So the old one, I used to have to do a 4% to 5% impact panel ratio weight nerd out. Question mark. I'm about to geek out on you, okay? Because I hated it myself. I had to ask Wes. My dog Wes, I'm like, yo, what's the math? That's Tim McLaughlin. I was like, what's the math? I didn't understand the whole PIR. I graduated with an informatics degree, so math wasn't vital. Make sense? So impact panel ratio is the percent of water coming out of your foam cannon into a bucket, and however much of water goes inside the bucket, and you can do a calculation. I think is a point, some wild number. I'll put the math here, okay? It's something stupid. And then you come out with your PIR. First of all, if your chemicals require that, not everyone likes math, or not everyone understands. So I'm just throwing it out there for usability, user experience. So before, my PIR for the Touchless was half of my foam cannon. Half of my foam cannon based on the water output of my Rinseless. That's what it was. This one's 2%, so it's about 250 mils to 1,000 millimeters for a 2%. I'm gonna do a 2%, I'm gonna do a 5%, and then I'm gonna treat this of an impact panel ratio of the same of 2%. So I'm gonna match the current one. I mean, that's the only way to get this math right. They're gonna have different foam cannons because I don't have three of the same. So just so we know, the test here isn't which one foams the most, it's to see which one cleans the panel the best without contact washing. Now, what I intend to do is take a microfiber rag, and I am going to give you an update. So we're gonna foam the car. First, we're gonna mix the chemicals, then we're gonna foam the car. We're gonna let it sit for 5 minutes, we're gonna time it. Then we're gonna come back, clean microfiber, see which one has the less stir. And then we're gonna see if the new one is as good as the old one for Touchless, but an APC is better than both of them. Because sometimes I be thinking that an APC pre-wash does as good as a Touchless, in my opinion. So let's try to debunk that today. We're gonna have a good time doing it, and we'll go from there. With your powers combined, I and Captain Planet, this is how much product you have to use to get an impact ratio to meet that. Now this is 500 mils, okay? All that ruckus. 500 mils, gonna pour that in here, okay? That's half of it. I'm gonna go fill this with water. That's one. Just to let you know, that is my impact ratio for me and my setup with the Rinseless. That doesn't mean it's yours with the old stuff. You have to do your own math. And the way you can do it is, again, you take your pressure washer, you spray it in a bucket for a minute, see how much you get water per minute. You gotta do it. Yeah. So we got 500 mils, pouring it up in my MJDC. It's full to the top. Make no mistake, that's what it requires. Solution for the new one would then be 250 mils to 1,000 at 2%. And they say that that is for gnarly cars. That's the same route we're gonna go. So I'm gonna go 250 mils here. The color is different. Oh gosh, I just spilled that. That's $20 I just spilled. Good Lord. That's a little over. Okay, that's a little over. Pour that back. All right, 250 mils. 250 mils. Put my lid on because this stuff is pricey, right? It's like buying a house. It smells kind of, oh my Lord. My Lord, don't get that on your skin. That looks like it would make your skin rot. 250 in here. Get it all in. Get it all in. Don't cheat yourself. Okay. Oh. Redeeming because I had a good smelling soap in here before. You know, it smells good. I'm gonna fill this with water. Again, this is not in production. I'm not gonna slay it for it not working or not foaming. I don't think that's their intention. I did ask him, we're gonna do 250 mils of this bad boy here. This beaker stuff is wild. Like 250 mils to keep it in line with what I did with this one. I'm going to put it inside of the foam cannon. Now I picked grills because after making modifications and a little doopy, we're gonna see if it does God's work. I'm gonna fill it with water and then we're gonna get to the panel. Recap, here's what we got. We got APC, 2% PIR is what I have it at, okay? I have the new Bilt Hamber, 2% PIR, which that's what it says for gnarly cars. I have this one at the highest percent that you want to do it for your foam cannon. I believe that is at 2%, 5%. So this is up to 5% PIR is what I have here. It's half my foam cannon, okay? We're gonna do one panel each. We're gonna let it sit for a few minutes. We're gonna do the microfiber test after we spray off to see which one actually got the car the cleanest. And do you really need a touchless? Let's hit it. We're gonna go this panel first. I am gonna do, the thing I like about the new Bilt Hamber is because you can see the color difference. You can see this color difference inside of it. So this is the new one. I'm gonna make sure that's the foam, okay? That's the foam. It gets incredible foam. We're gonna go to this one. And this one is going to be the old Bilt Hamber. Okay. And then we're gonna do the APC on the back, ADS. Remember, this is a test. I don't wanna drown it here. I'm gonna do the wheels. Now we're gonna let that sit for 3 minutes. You're like, Eddie, what time is it? I'll show you right now. Time is 4:49. So as we can see, the characteristics of this foam is it's pulling it down. That one's smells amazing, by the way. The ADS one smells like citrus. It smells absolutely wild. This one, this is the old one, and you can see how it stays on the panel a little longer. This one's breaking up here. You can see here it's breaking up. This one hasn't touched the panel yet. Now these cars are ceramic coated. Like I said, this is probably too much of a heavy hit for this car. I am putting on trim to see if it destroys trim, and that's the glass. So we'll give it an overview from here so you can see it. Actually gonna give it like 4 minutes. Usually you wanna wait 5 minutes or as long as you can without it staining. I'm gonna give it a little more time because I want the product to work. I want it to break up. I want it to pull down. That's the whole thing of touchless, right? Touchless. This is what I like about this name. This is clever. This is what Bilt Hamber did. Was clever. It doesn't mean that you have to not wash it with Bilt Hamber. It just means touchless. You see? Touchless. But can you do touchless with an APC? That's the whole point of this, is to see which one do you really need? We're gonna do well, let's wait another minute or so. We're at 5:01 here. We'll give it until like 5:03, and then we'll spray off and do the towel test, and then I'll wash the rest of the car and we'll go over, does it really kill bugs? What's the whole point of a touchless system? And does it really work as good as we want it to work? Because the whole goal for me is if I spray it on, I want to do the less invasive thing ever. If it's a rinseless wash afterwards, good. If it takes all the bugs out without having me to scrub, great. But that's the goal. We waited close to 5 minutes. I'm going to show you that. 5:03. I'm gonna give it another 60 seconds, but let me show you the panel after a couple minutes what it looks like. Touchless V1, staying strong on the panel, wetting on the glass. Touchless V2, look at that. The APC from ADS, and it is browning the tire, so it did start breaking up. It did start pulling down. That's the whole goal, right? We're going to give it another second here, and then we shall spray off. Usually people say from the pond, across the pond, oh, it's time, it's time. They say from across the pond, you wanna go bottom up, so we'll just follow that. I hate this, bro. Just rinse it off how you want. That's where I'm at. You can see the hydrophobics. If you're wondering what that is, that's ADS quartz. Okay, they both were easy. So this one and that one were super easy to spray off. This is the APC. Let me get the tires. Now the car was filthy all over. No rinseless washes were done on this vehicle. No tester went on this vehicle. And that was as easy to spray off as these two. Now what we're gonna do, get yourself a fresh microfiber. I have 4 sides here. Fresh. You'll see if it's rag company or not, but we just get yourself a yellow one. We're gonna go to the bottom lowers because that's the best part to give us more information, right? Usually the lower parts of the car are the dirtiest. We're gonna see which one had the most dirt. Remember, they both dwelled at the same time. Probably like a 10-second difference when I was switching to Canon. They both sat there. We sprayed both top to bottom. No charlatans here, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna come into this one. Take it, one wipe, okay? One wipe. Yes, I didn't make that up. Look, I'll even do it again. Oh, shoot. Not gonna cap, that was wild. Okay, new side. Okay, that's the new side. This is the old side. New side, one wipe. No, look, I'll do another section here. No, both sides. So far, that's freaking wild. Okay, it was dirty. I haven't washed it in over since I did my last video with this. This one will go here. Let's do another side here. Did I just prove my point? What was your point, Eddie? My point was, do you truly need a touchless system, or can you use an APC? The APC did just as good as both these soaps, and I bet you that APC is going to be cheaper than both these soaps. So what next? Have we been hoodwinked is the question. The goal of that was, for me personally, is like all these touchless systems. I have Stars and Stripes. I have MSM, which is like an APC. I've been using F-Bomb. Now we have Bilt Hamber, supposed to be, you know, pH of 12. And I figured if you did the same PIR as this one with any APC, you'll get the same results. So I just showed you. I showed you everything. To answer everyone's question, did this clean as good? It did spray off as well as the old Bilt Hamber. I have less than half a gallon left here, so I have used this a lot. And it is cheaper economically if you think about it. This is, I don't know what the cost of this is gonna be, but if I think of APCs, I could buy an APC right now all clean. I could buy that for 44 bucks. I could buy F-Bomb for $45. I could buy Grind Wave for 44. Not sure if it foams or not. MSM was 46. PIR, 2%, 250 mils to 1,000. Let it sit, do its magic. I think you're onto something here with this though. It smells good. It did a good job browning. I have to do more tests, but for this test, the question I wanted to answer is, does a touchless system do more than APC? So far in my test, now this is not the first time I test this, so far in my test it does not. What I am gonna do though is I'm gonna take the whole car. I am gonna use the new Bilt Hamber and we're going to foam on the whole car, let it sit, spray it off, and then see how much is left. But this is that test I wanted you all to see, that just using APC. I pissed a lot of you off. Don't unsubscribe. Listen, we're road to 5,000, giving away some stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't subscribed, hit the like, hit the subscribe. All the products I used here will be in the description below. I didn't do that last time. It does help the channel. Yeah, let's foam this bad boy on. Let's see what kind of results we get. Itself has a lot of bugs. I showed you that video clip here. We're gonna foam the front. The goal is to get an idea of how much does it really take off, and I'll show you what I mean. So the windshield and this right here, you can see it's a whole bunch of dirt in the front. You can see the dirt there. So it. I did forget the back here. Oh. High pH soaps or high pH anything can wear on a coating if you use it a lot, so you don't need it a lot. This would be for like the springtime, so, you know, winter, salt, or if you get a heavy car that comes in and you want to do it, or for yous that don't want to bend over and touch a bucket. This is probably the best you could get. This, Stars and Stripes, and some others. But like I said, an APC will do the job. Just make sure the APC does great on trim. Make sure it doesn't have like a bunch of caustic. Like this smells caustic to me. It smells real bad, the V2 of Touchless, but you don't go for the smell, you go for the performance. At that point in time, that's what you gotta ask yourself. Up again, I have this side sitting. You can see the glass. We had a whole bunch of bugs. Got the hood here. I mean the bottom down, bottom up. I'm not that guy. We need to do a test, okay? I washed the whole car, touchless V2, did my test. Let's do the towel test. Now, I did use this side. I'm gonna do the new side here, and then we're gonna go from there, and we're gonna see which one actually, we're gonna see if it really did clean. So, clean side, clean side. I'm gonna show you the hood. Remember on the video I showed earlier, the hood was dirty. Look, nothing. Okay, nothing. Remember earlier, this had a whole bunch of dirt on the glass? Nothing, okay? Let's go on the side panels here. You saw the videos of the side panels here. We're gonna take the other side, which is dry. We're gonna come in together. Nothing, look, nothing. Okay, I'm gonna say that the coating did help it. I think the coating itself has that self-cleaning properties of it, but the soap itself broke it down, it cleaned it, actually did God's work. All I'm gonna do is dry it and call it good. I'm gonna call it good, dry it, and Bez's gonna think I contact wash for an hour. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna dry it right now. I'll be back in a second and we'll be finished here. And we saw the hood at the previous video. I didn't do anything but dry it. And I didn't use a towel. This is this side of the car, and we saw how dirty that was. You could tell I missed some dry spots. There's no water spotting. There was no dirt on the car. So then, with that, I'm gonna end with this. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. If you haven't yet, hit that like, hit the subscribe. Road to 5,000. We're giving away a pressure washer. And appreciate you for watching. Eddie Cologne, I'm out.